Okay. First, I would like to greet everyone. No? Greetings of peace. I hope everyone is well and doing fine. No? I know medyo matagal kami nawala. No? So, well, in anything we do, there is what we call parang pause. No? Magkaroon na ng konting pause. But as long as there is a single trader or investor who finds value in what we do, we are committed to really continue, no? So in behalf of Oakbridge, no, marami kaming utang, no, na session sa inyo, no. So with that, we would like to apologize for the inconvenience, and we will try to catch up in adding more value to you, or to your trading and investment journey. So ayan, no? So please allow us to slowly return to the pace that we used to, and then we try to keep our premises to really share weekly contents regarding on um, trading and investing. And with that, siguro hindi ko na masyadong patagalin, no? I have with me a very, close friend and close associate of Oakbridge, no? So, isa siya sa mga talagang nirerespeto when it comes to financial literacy programs, investment insights, yan. So, my apologies, Japes, no, kasi hindi ko dala-dala yung full designation mo. So, I guess to really introduce para baka may makalimutan akong mga credentials, no, siguro the best to really introduce is the man himself, no. Japes, if you are ready, please take it away.
All right. Thank you, John, for that wonderful introduction. So, as mentioned ni John, no, pasensya if it took us quite some time to go back to this weekly session namin, no, itong flatten the learning curve. But we're happy that kahit na lumagpas, no, ngayon, you still took the time to watch this video. So, before I go any further, I just want to introduce myself first. So, John, can you please co-host me so I can share my screen?
Oh, my apologies. Ano, nanibago ulit, nakalimutan yung mga
Okay lang.
uh, so anyway, yeah, co-host. Saan yung co-host? Nawala ata. Ayan. Host na lang kita, Japes. So,
Okay. Ayan, thank you. So let me share my screen first. So again, let me introduce myself muna, no? So at least we'll get to know each other. So especially yung mga we were not able to meet each other pa. So again, I'm JP Billones. I'm a personal finance and investment literacy advocate. I love to help Filipinos appreciate the value of saving their hard-earned money and consider investing to achieve their long-term financial goals. I'm a certified investment solicitor, certified equity security salesman, certified financial markets professional. And currently, I'm the business development officer for the Mindanao desk of First Metro Securities, the stock brokerage house of the Metro Bank Group. Our company has been through the years and many corporate milestones. We started our operations in 1994. We launched our website in 2006. We launched our stock trading app in 2012. We also launched FundSmart. No, noon we only help our clients through trading stocks, no, through the exchange. But we introduced FundSmart, our one-stop shop for mutual funds, in 2016. And in the recent years, we've actually won numerous awards. And I think the most notable is the award from Finance Asia, which is Philippines Best Broker. Over the past few years, we've won this in 2017, 2018, and this year, 2020. So with First Metro Securities, we can say that we are Philippines' best broker. We acknowledge that this is the current demographic of stock market investors in the Philippines as of 2019. Imagine, no, for a country with over 100 million in population, only 1.2 million have stock market accounts. That's why they say that less than 1% or around 1% only invest in the stock market. But most of them actually prefer online. As you can see here, 782,000 have online accounts. Most of them are also locally employed. So, welcome sa mga empleyado who are actually tuning to us this afternoon. And if you're an OFW, only 1% lang din ang nag-invest by having an account. And even no, I think sa Oakbridge they had students no na yung as in very young people who want to start trading. Actually marami 1.2%. And this is very encouraging. Actually nga kahapon I came from a session from Ateneo de Manila na organization sa management economics nila wherein they invited First Metro Securities to conduct a series of webinar. And yesterday, I was tasked to conduct yung introduction to technical analysis. And I'm very proud to see young students starting to invest and trade in the stock market. As you can see, most of them come from Metro Manila, no, 75%. But the rest of the country, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, have yet to catch up. Siguro yung market ni Oakbridge mostly come from Mindanao, and imagine only 3.3% lang from Mindanao. That's why, especially our team, yung market education and business development team, we conduct market education efforts from island to island, office to office, be it private, public, or academic institutions, to provide financial and investment literacy webinars or seminars. We usually conduct it on site, as you can see from these pictures, but this is not that encouraged right now because of the pandemic. Thus, today's format is through a webinar. And I'd like to thank again John Rabe from Oakbridge Stock Trading Institute for having us always here in this weekly engagement with them, wherein we conduct, no, we add value when it comes to their community. So be it you are a previous student ni Oakbridge or be it you are a interested about their services, we conduct this for you for free. Okay, so which brings us to this afternoon's webinar, which is flatten the learning curve. All right. So I believe this is our 10th episode. Please correct me if I am wrong. Yeah, these are the usual guides that actually guest here.
From 9 to 10, Jabe, sorry. From 9 to 10 medyo natagalan talaga, no. So this is our
Yeah.
yeah. This is our nagkaroon ng
Yeah.
konting pause, no, from 9 to
Yeah.
10. So anyway, yun, I would like to reiterate no, na we are really thankful to those na hindi nagsasawa sa pag-support, no, with this flattened learning curve session, and I hope you will get the most out of what JP is about to discuss. So yeah, thanks, Japes.
Yeah. Yeah. And thank you also. Thank you to Oakbridge for having us always here. So later, I think si Sir Melvin will also be sharing, no, some insights then in other markets. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy the whole session. So again, my task here dun sa part ko, hopefully I can deliver this to you. Actually, what we're trying to share here with you is yung one of our research reports sa First Metro Securities platform. So if you don't have an account with us yet, this is how our First Metro Securities platform feels like. So what I'm going to emphasize this afternoon is the research tab. So we actually publish many research reports throughout the week. But the one that I'm going to share with you this afternoon is Trader's Playbook. Okay, which I think this is the research report that speaks best to the audience of Oakbridge because from what I've experienced at Oakbridge, most of the students are actually active traders. And for the active traders out there, Trader's Playbook is the one that you can find most value sa platform namin. So again, just a recap of our Trader's Playbook. Essentially, this is how it looks like. So this is a sample ni Pure Gold in August 17. So the beauty about Trader's Playbook is that we tell you what happened. So usually news driven siya. And based from what happened, next we tell you our view. So anong view ng research team namin or our research analyst? Anong explanation nila of the news or event? And of course, what we're here for is how could that event or news affect the stock price. And lastly, we don't stop there. We also share with you recommendation. So if it's a buy call, we will share with you saan maganda pumasok. If ever naman if things go our way, saan maganda mag-take profit. But of course, we understand sa market that it doesn't go always our way. Sometimes it goes further lower. So importante that we should be covered by identifying also the cut loss point. So these are the three things that I'm going to share with you. And you're in a treat for this week, no? So siguro pambawi from the long haul na hindi tayo nagkakandak ng flatten the learning curve. Usually we share dito mga 3 to 4 traders playbook report. But this week you're in luck kasi we have six insights na we can share through the traders playbook report. So ayan, no. So before I continue, I just want to prepare, no, yung mga reports that I'm going to share with you. So ngayon, I just want to share with you yung disclaimer muna. Then I'm going to shift my presentation towards the reports. So give me a few seconds. Okay, let me shift my share screen to the research reports. All right, so here we are. So first up, actually November 3, that's the start of the trading week this week, we released a couple of reports. Okay? So first, we released a report on Premium Leisure Corporation. So siguro from the from the stock pa lang, alam niyo that si Traders Playbook report not only covers yung mga blue chip companies or yung mga promising second liners kasi nga these are for active traders. So sometimes there's also opportunities in mga smaller capitalization ng mga stocks. So mas maganda mas wide yung range ni Trader Playbook. Kasi again, Trader's Playbook, ang notion dito is that it's for trading, short-term trading purposes. Okay, hindi, it's not the type na long-term 12 months perspective na may backed up by yung sa research namin na ni-release na company research report. So don't worry, you'll get a hang of this. So for Premium Leisure Corporation, the stock code is PLC. We actually have a buy call sa kanya noong November 3. Okay? So ano ba nangyari kay PLC? Okay, so PLC, what happened? So si Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corp or PAGCOR has actually approved the applications of City of Dreams Manila, Okada Manila, and Bloomberry Corp, Soler Resort and Casino to accept bets online. So yan yung news, no? That's what happened. So parang these companies who submitted their applications was approved by PAGCOR to accept bets online. So ano na ba? What's our view of this happening? So remember that for the past 3 years, 2017 to 2019, ang revenues ni PLC comes from investments nila sa integrated resorts and casinos. It accounted for 66.3% of the company's total top line. So that's a good thing to note, no? Kasi nga majority of its yung nagko-contribute sa top line niya actually comes from the investments nila sa integrated resorts and casinos. And ano ba yung developments, 'di ba? 'Di ba during the pandemic, there was a shutdown ng mga gaming operations, no, since March 16, 2020. And that has actually affected PLC, no? So yung first half 2020 niya, they reported a net loss of around 27 million, 'di ba? Because nga shut down yung mga gaming operations. So this development is quite positive to PLC. This could pair these losses niya for the year. So ito din, another interesting news about PLC is that they have this so si PLC, yung subsidiary niya si Premium Leisure and Amusement Incorporated, has a cooperation agreement with the City of Dreams Manila's operator, Melco Resorts and Entertainment Philippines, or that's MRP. And ito yung interesting thing kasi yung sa agreement nila, si PLAI is entitled to receive monthly payments from MRP consisting of 50% of City of Dreams mass market and VIP gaming EBITDA. Okay? So, yeah, so this is something positive for PLC. So anong recommendation namin based from what happened and our view of what happened? So we reiterate our recommendation to buy PLC after the stock broke above 0.3250, set cut loss between 0.285 and take profit around 0.36. Okay, so that's the recommendation. So now let's look at the chart ni PLC. So let me shift my share screen to the chart. Can you see the chart, John?
Yes, Jakes.
Okay, so again, this is Trading View powered by the platform ni First Metro Sec. So within the platform ni First Metro Sec, you can access this through the charts tab. So let's look into PLC, Premium Leisure Corp. So as you can see, this is the price action ni PLC. So 'di ba nung kasagsagan when nabanggit doon sa report 'di ba that due to the pandemic nag-close down yung operations ni na-halt yung gaming operations nila. But yun to I think naman sa stock price na bumaba talaga siya. All right? But since then after yung steep drop of around late March, it has been trading within this prices na. Okay? So as mentioned doon sa report, uh, remember no, let's go back to the report. The report says to buy since it broke above 0.25, so tuloy pa rin yung buy na call on PLC in terms of trading ha. So ayan, so 0.3250 is here, this blue line. Okay, since nag-break above siya, remember no, November 3 na release yung report. Lagyan natin ng drawing to for a while. Okay, so we released the report no November 3. Sorry, let me change that to a call out. Okay, remember we released the report no November 3. This is yung green flag here. So since it broke above 0.3250, if you have bought this stock already, ang recommended din doon sa report is to take profit around 0.36. And if you follow that from 0.325 to 0.36, we can edit this. So 0.325 to 0.36, this could have been around 10% na trading opportunity. And after releasing the report, if you took action in that, you would have been able to get this. Okay? And right now, I think lumagpas pa siya doon sa target profit na 0.36. Okay? So ayan, so ganito yung mga opportunities that a trader's playbook can give us. So siguro an interesting thing lang moving forward is this. So let's try to check this. So 'di ba nag-break above na siya sa 0.36? Ang next would be saan siya next? Okay, so looking at this number, siguro rough na lang. High is 0.375. So yan, it closed around that. So it will be interesting to see what will happen sa next trading day, no? Kasi it closed around the high nito eh. So we'll see if tutuloy siya, but seems like the candle is bullish. So ano lang, careful lang tayo. So lighten position siguro if mag-fall back siya 0.36. Okay, but if you follow the report no November 3, dapat naka-take profit na kayo ngayon. All right, that's Premium Leisure Corporation. All right. So let me share my screen back to the report. Next, another report that we released last November 3 is Bloomberry. Actually, similar story with PLC kasi same lang yung reason. So what happened? Same Pagcor approved yung applications to accept bets online. So anong view namin dito? So again, naapektuhan din si Bloom, no? So yung first half 2020 niya nag-register sila na net loss of 3.3 billion. Okay? So Bloom reported first half 2020 net loss of 3.3 billion because nga nag-shutdown yung gaming operations since from March 16 to June 14. Okay? And even with this net loss, with the recent development, this could pare down yung losses nila for the rest of the year, remaining part of the year. And especially no si Bloom is considered to be the leader in the local gaming space. Positioned siya to capitalize on the recovery in the gaming demand once quarantine measures are further lifted. Okay? So, yan, this is also positive for Bloom. So, anong recommendation ng report? We reiterate our recommendation to buy Bloom as the stock has broken above 6.90, set cut loss between 6.30 take profit at around 7.7 or 8 pesos. So, with that recommendation, tingnan natin sa chart. How does that look? Do you see the chart ngayon, John?
Yes, James.
Okay, so from PLC, let's shift to Bloom. So, lagay nyo lang yung stock code dyan. Then you have your Bloom. Okay, so ito yung recent price action niya. So same story, no, kahit yung kay PLC kanina, yung kasagsagan ng pandemic, yung around March, no, grabe yung bagsak niya talaga. Kasi in the first place, yung operations niya nag-halt. Okay? Many businesses din naman ganun. But after that, this has been the trading action niya. And let's zoom in to the more recent trades. Sabi dun sa report, again, the report was released noong November 3. So let's try to find November 3. Here you go. Sorry. November 3. There you go. Okay, so dyan siya na-release yung report. And the report said na since nag-break siya from 6.90, I believe, no, if I'm not mistaken, we already have a call dito kay Bloom beforehand, no? Yung break above 6.90 niya. Okay? So, kahit na if you entered here, you would still be in profit ka na pa rin ngayon. Okay? Kasi for example, November 3 ka, then you bought on, sabihin natin dito, yeah, up ka na pa rin, no? Even right now. Mga around 5.5%. Kahit dito ka na bumili. Okay? So, then, ano lang, for this, ano lang, especially ngayon, medyo malayo na siya sa 6.90. So, we might expect na, na mag-pull back siya. Okay? So, tingnan din natin, no, sa RSI. Ayan. So, medyo losing momentum nga siya. Kasi recently, sabi din dito sa report, 'di ba, na take profit at around 7.7. So, when we release the report after that, na-hit niya talaga kasi 7.7 mo is in this green line lang eh. Okay, that's your first take profit level. Tapos yung next take profit level naman nasa 8 pesos. So, naabot niya kahit yung 8 pesos na take profit. So, if we're going to extend that to 8 pesos, like that, so that's 6% na opportunity. Okay, so 6.6%. So okay na rin, 'di ba? But I think right now, looking at the candle, I think this is a bearish na two candlestick pattern, no? Please correct me if I'm wrong kung ano, no. At John, ano nga tawag dito, John? Tong pattern na to,
Bearish,
'di
engulfing.
ba? Bearish engulfing. Kasi green candle, smaller green candle was dominated by this bigger na red candle. And that is around, no? Usually yung mga ganun na mga patterns, pag nakikita nyo siya around the what we call the resistance zones. In this case, may resistance tayo dyan up until 8.2. Usually niyan, that could signal na baka potentially may probability siya na bababa. Okay? Walang problema if aakyat. Okay? Yan. So yan, careful lang din tayo. So siguro, lighten position na lang if it falls below 7.7. Okay, yan. Ito, personal ko to. Hindi siya covered ng report. So kasi, nag-take profit ka na, nag-ano ka na dito eh. Dapat take profit ka na sa 7.7. Nag-rally siya to 8. So if you're going to hold, yan. Lighten your position or sabi to nila, parang protect your gains if it falls below 7.7. Okay? Yeah, that's for Bloom. So I'm going to shift my screen back to the research report. Okay, next is November 3 pa rin. We had another research traders playbook report on Century Pacific Food Incorporated, or that is CNPF. Ito si CNPF naman, more of sa technical perspective siya. Okay, so si CNPF, it dropped by 13.3% last week, bringing the stock to trade at oversold levels with RSI at 27.19. So it hit oversold levels for the first time since March 2020. Let's try to check, no? Let's try to check sa chart kung nakikita ba natin yan siya. So let's shift the slide to chart, then load natin si CNPF. Okay, confirm natin yung what happened sa kanya. So this was released on November 3. Ito yun siya. Lagay lang natin ng flag. Number 3, that's around here. Okay? We flagged that na ano siya, no? Nag-drop siya by 13.3% last week. So that is from this day to this day. Yan yung nakikita niyo na 13.3%. And when it dropped by 13.3%, when it did this, no? Look at this. Itong big red candle dito on October 30, when you look at its RSI level, nasa ano siya, below, nasa oversold condition siya. And the last time that happened was way back March pa. Okay, when you look back dito sa March. Okay, so you see that. So yan yan, no? That's verifying yung sinasabi sa report. Okay, so when you look back sa report, shift ko ulit ha. Let's go back to the report. So the report said, ano yung view namin? So sabi ng research analyst namin, we think that the sell-off last week was overdone. With CNPF trading near its support of 15.5, we think this is a good risk to reward trade given the expected bounce. Okay, kasi nga usually ganun eh. When you enter oversold levels, paminsan nagkakaroon ng technical bounce. Okay, but not all the time ha, kasi paminsan it stays longer doon sa oversold levels, especially if the prospects are really not that good for the company. But when you look at its fundamentals naman, yung earnings naman ni CNPF is expected to be more resilient and margins more stable on the back of better sales mix between the branded businesses segment and its volatile original equipment manufacturer counterpart. Okay, so parang maganda siya no in terms of fundamentals and in terms of technicals. So ano recommendation? So we recommend buying CNPF at current prices. Lighten position should it trade below 15.5 and 14.8 to avoid further downside. Okay, for long-term investors, we have a target price of 22 pesos sa kanya. So that's around 40% upside. Okay, so balik natin sa chart, no? Try natin to relay that to the chart if we agree. Okay, so ayan. So tama nga, no? When it hit oversold levels, look at how bullish it was the next day upon the release of the report. Okay? So ayan, so it's continuing to go higher. Medyo nag-pause lang siya konti dito on November 6. But we'll see no how this will trade. So ang recommendation lang dun sa report is that still no, especially kung long-term investor ka, we have a target price of 22 pesos sa kanya. Okay, you can look sa company research report namin. I believe this is part of the stock picks din ni First Metro kaya we have a target price sa kanya. So ano lang, careful lang tayo. So again, the cut loss levels natin are at 15.5 and 14.8. Itong red lines dito sa chart. Okay, so lighten position if ever it should trade below that. Okay? So yan, that's for CNPF. Alright, so looking naman at sa technicals, medyo ano pa siya, no? Hopefully mag-cross ang MACD above zero line. Tapos si RSI, hopefully the 50 level will hold. Okay, nasa 50 level pa naman. Baka ano lang to, pullback lang to konti. So we will see. Careful lang talaga tayo if it falls below 15.5 or 4.8. Okay? So that is CNPF. Alright? So let me share my screen back to the research report. Alright, next. I think this is next day na. This is November 5 naman. Okay? So, noong November 5, we released a trader's playbook report kay Integrated Microelectronics Incorporated or that's IMI. So, in this case, this is a buy call sa kanya. So, ano bang nangyari kay IMI? Okay? So, Integrated Microelectronics Incorporated reported a third quarter 2020 attributable net income of 9.1 million US dollars. Okay? So, Ayan. So when you look at year on year, net loss siya the previous year at 5.3 million. So which includes a one-off gain of 2.4 million. Okay? So yan yung nangyari sa kanya. So just to share with you, then no, year to date, si IMI, yung 9-month 2020 attributable net loss niya narrowed to 11.9 million US dollars. Okay? Kasi nga nung third quarter, nag-net income siya. Okay? Nag-net income siya. So consolidated revenues in third quarter 2020 inch up by 2.8%. Yung revenues naman ng mga yung from its wholly owned business improved by 30% quarter on quarter. So mainly, ang yung revenue niya was driven by the medical sector as demand for healthcare solution rises, especially in this time of pandemic. Tapos ano pa, yung isang subsidiary niya pa, si Via Optronics and STI, nag-book din ng revenue of around 74 million US dollars. So this was buoyed by demand for consumer mobile devices for study from home and work from home arrangements, along with ventilators and medical products. Okay, tapos ano pa talaga, yung utilization nila ng fixed overhead nila, and they also increased manufacturing efficiency. Okay, so yun yung mga factors that led to the net income niya for third quarter 2020. So from that, anong view ng research analyst namin dito? So despite still being at a net loss year to date, we expect the firm to recover as operations normalize and as automotive and industrial demand continue to recover. 'Di ba napapansin nyo ngayon medyo nagre-reopen na yung economy natin. So yan, hopefully magno-normalize na yung operations nila. Okay? Ano lang din, another tidbit, no? Yung last 9-month 2020, yung automotive and industrial segment nila accounted for 73% of the company's total revenues. Okay? So, not only that, yung consumer segment ni IMI should ability for the company as it is expected to sustain its resilience amid the increased demand for work from home and online schooling needs such as laptops and devices. Okay? So with that, that's the fundamental side. In terms of technicals then, it appears to be breaking out of its 6.80 resistance with decent volume. Okay? So anong recommendation? We recommend, so we reiterate our recommendation to buy IMI after the stock broke above 6.8. Take profit at around 8 pesos and set cut loss below 6.7. So let's share na, no? Check natin sa charts. So load na natin si IMI. Let's see. Okay. Can you see the chart, John?
Yes, yes, Jake.
Alright, so yeah, wait lang natin. Load pa si IMI. Ayan, so nag-load na si IMI. So as suggested dun sa report, sabi doon is to buy IMI after stock breaks above 6.8 pesos. And again, the report was released last November 5. So tingnan natin, when was that? November 5. Okay, the report was released this day. Okay, itong may red na candle dyan. And I think the report was actually timely lang din, no? Kasi kaka-break niya lang din ng 6.8 pesos. Okay? So, ang suggested take profit nila dito is 8 pesos. Okay, so ito siya. This is the take profit level. So, likely because meron silang na-identify na resistance. But kahit conservative na lang, no? Ito is my personal opinion. Kahit conservative 7.5, baka you can consider na rin as your initial take profit. Okay, so try natin. 7.5. Okay, so somewhere between that na lang siguro. Okay, so 7.5 and 8 pesos. Okay, so especially itong kay IMI, no, maganda sana to if you were able to follow the stock. Kasi you could have, pwede kayo mag-post ng conditional order of this na, for example, you're waiting for the breakout niya sa 6.8, then pwede tayo mag-conditional order, no, yung buy stop limit order natin. Later, I'm going to discuss that also. So ayan, that's your IMI. So and again, set cut loss below 6.7. Ito very tight to, no. If you enter that 6.8, very good yung risk to reward ratio mo. Okay? Especially ito, I think, as you can see, this is my personal take, no. Itong 6.8, I think this is the perceived na resistance because of the following situations, no. May resistance dito. It also followed to be a resistance here. May sign of resistance din siya dito, pero may change in sentiment when it broke above that. So I think basta mga ganitong situation, you could have bought on breakout, pero if this doesn't hold yung 6.7, you can consider to cut your losses. Okay, so that's IMI. Okay pa ba so far, John? Baka may mga comments ka or something?
Yes, yes. Very informative, Japes, no. Yung interpretation mo ng report, no. Thank you for sharing about that. Anyway, siguro to add na lang on your discussion, no. Maganda yung nabanggit mo na it's really important to take profits, no. And kasi paminsan-minsan yung iba ang ginagawa nila is take profit na nga pero parang nanghihinayang ba kumbaga kasi baka aakyat pa or baka ano tawag nito yung sinasabi ng iba na baka mag to the moon pa yan pre, no, wag mo wag na muna mag take profit, no. So I would suggest talaga na if may sinet kayo na take profit area, you sell konti, no? You sell on trenches ba kumbaga. So the moment it hit your target price, no, secure your profits and then eventually let it run. So pag nakasecure ka na ng profits mo or yung siguro sabihin natin capital mo, no, patakbuhin mo na lang yung the rest of your money, no. Siguro one tip din is patakbuhin mo siya alongside it's either MA10 or kung medyo ano ka medyo risk averse ka, pwede rin 20, no. So pitas ka ng konti, take profit ka ng konti, and then the rest patakbuhin mo na siya, no? So yun, um, kasi madalas sinasabi you should be strict on your cut loss, no, di ba? Pag sinabing cut loss, cut mo talaga, pero dapat din strict ka din kasi dapat in your take profit zones. Pag sinabi mo, pag sinet mo na take profit zone mo yan, talagang pipitasin mo yan kasi baka mawala pa yan, no? So lalo na ngayon, no, kahit pa man nabanggit or siguro na narinig niyo sa iba na we are about to enter a bull run, ako medyo ano pa rin ako kasi uncertain pa rin yung mga pangyayari So every opportunity to take profit, talagang grab mo yun, no? So yun nga siguro yung additional ko sa na-discuss mo, James.
All right, thank you for that, John, no? So, yan, so very important yung mga points ni John kasi yun nga, trading plan as much as possible mechanical siya kasi 'di ba we want to have a trading plan in order to take the emotion out of it. Okay? So, yun kasi I think talaga yung kalaban ng trading, yung emotion natin. Kasi yan, our emotions get the best out of us Kasi especially paminsan kasi, 'di ba, yung behavioral psychology, ano tayo innate yun parang innate sa atin. So, thus nakakatulong talaga yung trading plan. Okay? So, let's move on to the next. We released another Traders Playbook Research Report on November 6. Okay, which is naman ito SM Investment Corporation. So as you can see, no, hindi lang siya yung mga mid and small cap. We also issue Traders Playbook Report on mga big caps, especially ito si SM, the biggest, the biggest. So we have a buy call kay SM sa Traders Playbook na ito. So ano ba yung nangyari kay SM? So as you can see, si SM posted a consolidated net income of 8.1 billion ngayon third quarter 2020. Okay? Bringing the 9-month 2020 net income niya to 15.2 billion. Okay? So, ayan, maraming mga updates nito kasi si SM is a parang ano siya, no? Conglomerate or a holding company. Marami siyang mga businesses under it which most of them are also listed sa market. So, ayan, so yung consolidated revenues ng mga businesses niya in third quarter 2020 grew by 36%, bringing the 9-month 2020 revenues to 286.7 billion. When we look at its other companies under it, yung sa property niya, si SM Prime Holdings, nag-post din siya ng net income. Okay? Sa banking niya, si BPO, nag-post din siya ng net income of 12.3 billion. Yung 9-month 2020 niya, numbers to 16.6 billion. Okay? Tapos si China Bank naman, nag-post din siya ng 9-month 2020 net income of 8.2 billion. Okay? Tapos sa retail niya naman, si SM Retail posted a 9-month 2020 net income of 2.2 billion. Okay? So, ayan. So, ito yung mga updates ng mga companies under KSM. So, siguro lang, note ko lang dito, some of these results came below our forecast and consensus estimate. So, based from this update sa kanya, so, nung nag-post siya ng consolidated net income, si SM Investment Corp, anong view namin dito? So, yung view ng research analyst namin dito is that we continue to like SM as it is poised to be a major reopening winner. Okay? So again, no, it was able to recuperate from a net loss nung 2020 niya as its core businesses showed signs of recovery. So I think ito yung during pandemic period kasi parang yung gusto ng mga yung stock picks na research team namin medyo heavy on the COVID-19 beneficiaries, the like nila URC, nila Pure Gold, nila RRHI. Okay? Kasi yung business models nila, yung types of business nila, they were still active amidst the pandemic. Yung ibang businesses nagsarahan na, 'di ba? Pero sila ongoing pa rin. Pero ngayon, 'di ba, medyo nag-shift na yung story. The number of COVID cases are trying to go down. Anong tayo? We are now on the verge of reopening na. Okay? So nagre-reopen na siya. So isa sa mga nakikitang reopening winners na research team namin is actually si SM. Okay? So as you can see, dito na yung retail nila sa department store and specialty store revenues nag-grow by this much quarter on quarter respectively. Sa banking naman, yung net income nila nag-grow by 2.8% year on year sa 3Q 2020. Then sa property naman, yung mall tenant occupancy, tenant sales, and foot traffic bounce back ngayon third quarter 2020. Kasi nga medyo na-manage na natin yung health crisis natin. Ngayon medyo careful na tayo. So medyo confident na rin yung government natin to open up the economy para hindi naman masyadong slump yung economy natin. Okay? Yung residential and office leasing businesses naman nila sustained their year-on-year growth trajectories. So, yung view ng research analyst namin dito is that we project stronger recovery in succeeding periods as new COVID-19 cases continue to decline. Tapos yung bago pa, di ba, recently lang, hindi lang nagde-decline yung COVID cases. But yung, di ba, yung stretch nila yung age limit, di ba? Noon, ano lang, yung, ngayon I think 15 to 65 years old na. So more age groups are allowed to go out and transport restrictions are eased. Okay? So based on that event and news, ang recommendation ng research analyst namin dito is that we recommend buying SM if it stays above 1,000 within the next trading sessions. So take profit at 1,100 and set cut loss below 960 pesos. For those with longer investment horizon, we have a buy call on SM with a target price of 1,242 pesos. That's still a healthy upside from the close niya. Okay? Yan, so let's look at the chart ni SM. So let me share the chart. Load natin si SM. Okay? Can you see the chart, John?
Yep.
Okay. So, as recommended dun sa report, we recommend buying SM if it stays above 1,000 within the next trading sessions. Kasi yun nangyari, this report was released, let me check, November 6. So, that is this. Okay? Maganda na nag-breakout siya. Again, yung 1,000 level kasi, ano siya, merong resistance siya before, as you can see here. Diba? Around this level, nag-show siya ng resistance. Bakit? When it tried to approach that, nag-pull back yung presyo. Ngayon, what happened here is that noong November 5, it broke above that. Okay? Pero hindi masyado may sign of weakness siya kasi even though nag-open siya noong November 6 at a much higher price, pero may sellers, no? Sellers dominated towards the end of the session, pulling it to as low as 991 pesos. That's below the 1,000 breakout point. Pero buti na lang, some buyers emerge and which help it close at 1,010 pesos. But still, no, it closed lower than its opening price. So medyo may sign of weakness. So from the report, sabi doon, especially kung short-term lang yung perspective mo or short-term lang trade yung your intention, so tingnan mo muna if it will hold the 1,000 level. So tingnan natin siguro by next week, no, kung anong mangyayari dito. So one possible scenario is pwede siyang mag-pull back dito sa 1,000. Okay? So which I think possible siya, no? Possible siya mangyari. Ano lang, siguro ang mas maganda dito is hintayin ninyo yung parang buy on pullback siya. Hintayin niyo na mag-pullback siya to 1,000. Tapos maghanap kayo ng confirmation signal such as a bounce. No? Let's say mag-bounce siya from 1,000 level with significant volume. Yan, pwede. No? You can try to enter SM. So if you're going to enter naman, again, always set your cut loss level. And yung suggested dun sa report, cut loss level is at 960. Okay, so kung pumasok kayo dyan at around 1,000, sa bounce ng 1,000, make sure lang na if ever it falls below 960, cut loss tayo. Okay? So if ever naman na it goes your way, aangat siya, the target price here is at 1,100 as mentioned doon sa report. I believe kasi may na-identify dyan na resistance din around that round hole number. Okay, so yeah, that's the recommendation ng research report. Okay, so that's for SM. Okay, next. Lastly, no, one last report released. I think this is also November 6. This is SSI Group Incorporated. Okay, so ito naman, this is a buy on pullback na call for SSI. So ano bang nangyayari kay SSI? No, since October 2020, si SSI, it rose by 34.2% amid endured economic recovery prospects as new COVID-19 cases continue to decline and more age groups are allowed to go out. Okay? So, ang nangyari talaga dito is that they disclosed that it will launch itong trunk.ph, okay, which is the group's multi-brand e-commerce site on November 6. It will feature 100 of its lifestyle luxury brands such as Gucci, no, these luxury brands. I think dito naman talaga well-known si SSI, yung mga luxury brands nila. So parang itong move nila is trying to expand yung e-commerce platform nila. So ang view ng research analyst namin dito is that we think that SSI's online expansion should keep support the company's recovery moving forward. So parang these are the moves of companies in order for them to stay relevant, to still be able to deliver yung products or yung services nila to the customer. So of course, you can't expect the customer to go out talaga, no? You can't expect them to go out. So ngayon, ito yung way nila for them to engage yung customers pa rin, which is online. And actually si SSI since 2019 meron na siyang mga ganitong engagements. Tapos, itong mga efforts niya have boosted the company's online sales by 300% year on year. Okay? In third quarter 2020 alone, yung share ng online sales niya rose by 8%. And they are expecting na yung e-commerce sales nila would reach 15 to 20% of the total sales within the next 3 years. Okay? So even though nag-beef up sila ng e-commerce platform nila, yung physical stores nila could still lift the company's earning in the second half of 2020. Especially again, no, yung government is now allowing malls and other commercial establishments to increase their operations. Okay? So, yun, meron din nakikitang technicals no, dito, indicators. So, anong recommendation? We recommend buying on pullbacks around 1.45 to 1.48 pesos. Set cut loss below 1.38 and take profits at around 1.80. So, let me share my chart agad natin. How does that translate? Can you see the chart, Juan?
Yes, Japes, go ahead.
Okay, load natin si SSI. Alright, so this is the part ni SSI. As you can see, especially itong business niya kasi more of ano talaga sa mall siya, 'di ba? So, 'di ba, grabe bumagsak siya since start ng 2020. It went to this low. Okay? But ngayon it has been trading within this range. Okay? So ngayon, again, the report was released on November 6. That was this day. Okay? So yung recommendation niya is to buy on pullbacks at around 1.45 to 1.48. So nag-breakout na siya sa 1.45. So hintayin mo na lang yung mga pullbacks niya dito. Between 1.45 to 1.48. Okay, I think nag-pullback na to siya. Yan, it pulled back to as low as 1.47 November 6. Okay, so pwede mo itong hintayin. 1.45 to 1.48. Clone ko na lang to. So set natin yan to 1.48. Ayan. So every time mag-pull back siya dyan, you can consider to buy. So of course, very important to set your cut losses. And yung na-mention sa report na cut loss is nasa 1.38 yung cut loss. I believe ito yung na-identify kasi meron tayong signs of previous resistance. So this could be potential support. So 'di ba? Resistance to siya noon. Okay, ito another sign of resistance. Pero ngayon, it broke above that already before the rally. Okay? So it might be prudent, no? If this proves to be a really support, dapat makakita tayo ng mga buyers dito. But if it doesn't, set your cut loss na. Then if ever naman it goes higher, after it pulls back to 1.45 to 1.48, the suggested target price is nasa 1.80 pesos. Okay, yan yung basis ng report. Okay, so yeah, so I think that's it now. Those are the six Traders Playbook research reports that we have released this week. Hopefully, this can help yung mga active traders out there within the community ni Oakbridge. And hopefully, you can find this as a good guide in your trading journey. Again, these are just recommendations. Feel free not to if you have other trade ideas, you can optimize this. Pwede, no? Because at the end of the day, kayo naman talaga you'll be the one to execute your buy or sell orders. Okay, so those are the 6 na research reports. So before I proceed, baka John, you have some insights to share or something?
Yes, Japes. Actually, agree ako dun sa nabanggit mo no, na in the past few months, kadalasan yung recommendation is to buy companies that offer services or products that that is relevant no during the lockdown. However, no this previous months, medyo may shift nga, no? So, from barely essentials na recommendations, ngayon, medyo may shift na into gaming companies, may shift na into yung mga quote-unquote non-essential goods and services. Kasi nga, because of the outlook of reopening the economy and syempre the news that coming from the pharmaceutical companies that eventually no we are getting near to a vaccine, so baka isang reason din yun bakit nagkaroon ng trade calls, buy calls for companies that usually operate on normal na economy. So yun, that's a good point, Japes, no, to start considering accumulating on companies that are quote unquote non-essentials. No? Yeah. So do you have more slides to show ba, Japes, or that's it for you?
Actually, few more slides na lang, John.
Na okay. Kasi
Okay lang if yung mga ano
since,
naman,
since
mga
ano kasi since this is a recorded version, so presumably meron kung live to, merong nag-a-ask ng question, no? So if you may, can you entertain few questions before we proceed?
sure John. Oh, sure po.
Yan. So, siguro, I would like to assume na may nakikinig din na yung bago talaga, no? Wala pang knowledge no regarding what is trading, what is investing, no, etc. etc. no. So, what are your parang advice mo sa kanila, Japes, no? Or what are your thoughts, no, on the current situation? Is it ano na ba would you consider recommending to complete beginners na magsimula na ngayon or to wait more bullish signals pa?
Okay. So, ayan. Especially I think no for beginners talaga, as in if bago pa lang kayo, I think no even though these are really good opportunities already, if you'd like I can share actually yung mga stock picks no. Pag meron kayong account with First Metro, I can share with you yung stock picks ni First Metro Sec Research. But again, I gave you a preview already na during this time, instead of focusing yourself on the COVID-19 beneficiaries ng mga companies, you might want to slowly shift to or add to your portfolio yung mga reopening winners. And I think nabanggit ko kanina isa is si SM. That's one of our na-identify na research team namin to be a good reopening winner. Once na mag-reopen ang economy, this might be the companies who would lead yung going back to normal. Okay? So, ayan. So, I think you can start with the stock picks ng research team namin. But I think it's also prudent, no? Ako kasi no, kung beginner ako, there are many considerations kasi if you're going to pick a certain stock. So, ayun, you can start with the stock picks ng research team namin. But I think it's also good to diversify. I always recommend this to mga beginners to have a certain portion of your portfolio allocated to the overall index. Okay, yung tipong we have this stock kasi tawag namin is the First Metro Exchange Traded Fund, which is actually an index tracker. So yung purpose niya, it's a mutual fund. Yung components niya is yung top 30 companies pa din under the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. But yun, maganda doon is you don't need to buy individually yung top 30. With that FMETF lang, you are now technically you are diversified to the top 30 agad-agad. Okay? So I think it's still prudent to have that in your personal portfolio, especially for beginners, no? I share this kasi ako kahit ako personally, I also have that allocation sa portfolio ko. So, ayan, especially kung long term naman talaga yung purpose ninyo, historical data suggests naman na that's a good idea to start with. But again, historian siya, so it's not always a guarantee. Past performance does not guarantee future results. You always see that in investments. Kasi hindi natin talaga alam. No one predicted it's a black swan event itong COVID, di ba? So anything can happen. Pero actually, no, if you study deeper, yung sa pag-i-invest, yung pagbagsak ng stocks during the around mid-March, those are actually the good times for you to pick up yung mga battered stocks. So, ayun lang siguro. Again, for beginners, selective lang tayo. Yung
Okay.
mga well-researched na stocks or consider to have yung index na yung FMETF or any index fund pwede.
Okay. Thank you, Japes. Along your last slides, i-mention mo naman yung mga contact details mo, Japes, ano?
Yes, I
Kasi
think
if
na
ever,
include
no,
ko.
some of the listeners want to approach you or really talk to you one-on-one, no, regarding your insights, pwede ba yun?
Yeah, possible naman. Oo.
No?
We have
So,
our office naman. Ano.
yan. So siguro to all who are really new talaga no into this, you can sabi nga ni JP, no, you can approach him or the office contact details, no, babanggitin niya in a while. So for more questions or clarifications regarding sa report niya kanina, you can directly approach their office. So yeah, Japes, if you have more slides, please.
Okay, thank you, John. So, last few slides na lang, I just want to promote, no? Napansin nyo doon sa Trader's Playbook, medyo it's geared for those who would like to be more active in their trading journey. And I think now we have actually a tool that could help you in that. And that's what we call yung First Metro Sec Pro namin. So, we're in, di ba, nagbanggit tayo doon sa Trader's Playbook report. Meron tayong mag-set tayo ng cut loss levels or buy on breakout plays natin. And those are actually available, no? Meron tayong tinatawag na conditional orders through our Pro platform. Okay? So, again, just want to share with you, let's say you'd like to cut your losses and ganito yung setup mo. You'd like to mitigate your losses if in case it breaks down from the support. Let's say you're expecting na aakyat yung stock, but something baka some news made it lose confidence yung investors, bababa siya from the support, then you can set yung mga cut loss levels ninyo. Sa normal site kasi, yung classic website, you cannot do this kasi if you're going to post a sell order, a limit sell order, which is a lower price, mauuna ma-done yung order ninyo compared to others. Kasi you're willing to sell at a much lower price. Then, of course, buyers would like to buy at a much lower price. So, but here, for example, example ko lang dito is that, for example, you're going to set your cut loss to be 5%. Let's say yung 5% niya is around this price level. So what you can do is actually post a sell limit order. This is how you can do it through First Metro Sec Pro. Let's say yung gusto mong cut loss price mo is 80 pesos. Ito siya. Sorry. Yeah, 80 pesos siya. Pero of course, hindi mo siya hintayin na mag-80. Dapat you set a higher na trigger price, which is 90 pesos. Let's say 100 to siya. You set your trigger price to be 90 para when umabot yung presyo to 90 pesos, it would trigger yung stop limit order mo. Once that is triggered, the system would automatically post a limit order to your desired limit price na ikaw nag-indicate dito. So sabihin natin 80 pesos yung limit mo. And that will be posted for the day. Okay? Pero yung, for example, this can happen naman matagal pa. So pwede good till month siya. So itong trigger price. Okay? So ayan, this is one way for you to mitigate your losses. This is how you can do it using the stop limit order sa First Metro Sec Pro. Okay? Or you can even protect gains, 'di ba? For example, ayaw mo mag-sell lower, 'di ba? Paminsan kasi, 'di ba, since this is, 'di ba, third core belief of technical analysis, history repeats itself. Paminsan after the breakdown, paminsan meron siyang relief rallies, no? Sometimes nagpo-pull back siya balik to the support level, yung na breakdown ng support. So you can protect your gains by selling on strength. So instead na you're going to sell at a much lower price, pwede ka mag-set ng limit price na higher. Para in case na babalik yung presyo doon, then dito siya madadan. Okay? So instead of 80 pesos, you can set it to 92. Okay? Or if you'd like to buy on breakout, 'di ba? Parehas yung nabanggit natin, I believe si SSI, sorry. we have buy on pullback calls dun sa nabanggit natin na research reports kanina. Okay, so if that, may mga ganung place kayo, you can use yung buy stop limit orders namin. Na let's say, nandito pa yung presyo, okay? Pero nakita mo na may identified resistance ka dyan and you'd like to buy on breakout. So, yung breakout level mo, sabihin natin, nasa 100, let's say, sorry ha, let's say nasa 120 siya dito, no? 120 yung breakout. Then what you can do is you can post a buy stop limit order na yung trigger price niya is 130. Hintayin mo na mas decisive yung breakout from 120 to 130. If the price is na-reach na 230, the system would matitrigger yung stop limit order mo. Then it would post a limit order to your ano yung acceptable na limit price mo. Okay? So in this case, 148 yung nasa example. So it could buy up to 148 pesos. So this is buy on breakout. Okay? So, or isa pa, you can also buy on pullback. I think si SSI, si SSI kanina, it has a buy on pullback call. So, if may mga ganun kayong setup, you can easily do this by using yung buy stop limit order. So, medyo similar lang siya. Hindi ka bibili on strength. Hintayin mo na mag-pullback siya muna. So, instead of 148, gusto mong bilhin lang siya at 128 pesos. So, hihintayin mo itong pullback. Okay? So, yeah, that's one way for you. Ang advantage, again, itong stop limit orders is that you can set this stop limit orders beforehand pa, before they happen. So, paminsan kasi, di ba, we get too busy with our work or mga responsibilities natin. Hindi natin siya natututukan. And sometimes we missed out on opportunities kahit nakita na natin siya beforehand. So, First Metro Sec Pro can help you with this by showing you these types of stop limit orders. Okay? So again, I also like to invite you, if medyo baguhan pa kayo and you'd like to learn more about trading, I'd like to invite you to our ongoing Guided Investor Fearless Trader seminar. Okay? And I think ngayon, today, natapos na yung fundamental analysis and valuation na part. So, 3-part series kasi to siya. So, next week is all about technical analysis na. So, ito yung matutunan nyo. Then, the week thereafter, we will teach you how to build your own trading system. Ito siya, since this is a longer yung time frame niya, hindi ito siya free, but I think very worth it siya. If you'd like to learn more of what you can appreciate from this session, visit nyo lang yung website namin to register, bit.ly/gift series-nov 2020. Lahat ng info, how much it costs, you can see that there. And of course, I encourage you to follow us on social media, sa Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Search nila yung handle na First Metro Sec. Meron kami mga saving and investing webinars doon uploaded for free. Also, if you are nasa kotse kayo or you're on commute or you're on break, you might want to listen to the top-ranking PH Business podcast sa Philippines. Okay, so we have a Spotify podcast, usually mga 15 to 20 minutes podcast siya. We update you what happened to the market last week. Then we update you also on yung mga developments. I think this last week ata, we talked about the US elections. Okay, and how it could impact the market. All right. And also, again, First Metro Sec is the most reliable in the country. One account for all your investment needs. Kahit kung beginner ka pa, you're still feeling the investing using mutual funds, pwede. Medyo confident ka na, you can trade stocks. That's our forte. And you can trade stocks sa desktop mo, laptop, tablet, or even your mobile phone kasi we have First Metro Sec Go. Okay? And hopefully, you can still stay with us as we will offer more services in the future. If you want to open a First Metro Sec account, these are the 3 easy steps for you to do it all online na. No need to come by here our office, no printed documents, no hassle. So visit nyo lang yung website namin, www.firstmetrosec.com.ph, and click on Open an Account. Complete mo lang yung online form with your username, password, and basic account information. Then, you're on your way. Last na lang is to upload your documents online. Tatlong documents ang kailangan. Government issued ID with your 3 signatures, preferably your driver's license or PRC. Second is your proof of bank account, any proof that we could see both your account name and account number. And third is billing statement. It could be utility bills, credit card bills, as long as we are able to see yung tamang address. Of course, when you get to the part that they will ask you on how did you learn about us, just use the seminar code Oakbridge kasi you learned about us naman through Oakbridge dito sa Flatten the Learning Curve seminar nila. And I think you have to give warm appreciation and thanks to Oakbridge for allowing us to deliver this to you. Kasi without them, you won't have an avenue to relay yung mga ganitong information. Okay? So again, we have a mobile app. That's how beautiful it looks. Trade stocks on the go using First Metro Sec Go. You can download that sa Google Play or Apple Store. And again, all those convenience within your reach through Finance Asia's Philippines Best Broker for 2017, 2018, and 2020. Here in First Metro Sec, we have a hashtag, Your Future First. And with that, thank you, John, for the opportunity. And yeah, baka you have final thoughts before we go.
Yes, yes, James. Thank you for as always being supportive with this session, or in fact advocacy, no, on spreading financial literacy to everyone. So yes, mga ka-Oaks, yun na nga, medyo nagkaroon ng pause, no? However, pause lang, no? We promise you that we will always continue to add value in your investment and trading journey. So, before siguro ako mag-final notes, please allow me, James, can you like um, return the host to me, or can you make me host again, James, please? Yes, thanks, James. So please allow me to thank our partners, no, for bringing this to you. Can you confirm, James, if you can see my slides? Is it visible, James? Can you see it?
Yes, John, sorry, na-mute.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Okay,
it.
so I would like to thank our partners, no, from Rycor Tech Mask and Protection. So proudly made in Davao, Philippines, proudly made with international standards. So ayan. So if you have concerns with quality of your basic necessities like mask, no, worry no more, because Rycor Tech makes or creates mask that fits your everyday needs. Yeah. So next to that is I would like to also thank IMB Japan, no, for this session, for supporting this session. No? So this is earthquake monitoring system, Japanese technology for the Filipino people. So yeah, if you have concerns on security of your building, or of your compound, no, so you may reach us out if you need something like this. Lastly, I also conduct free financial health check. So if you are curious on your financial health, or if you want to know more about financial planning, you can directly contact me, and make sure that you are healthy in all aspects of life. So yeah, that's me, no, John Francis Rabe. That's my digits, and that's my email address. So you can take a picture of this or a screen grab. No, so contact me for orders or inquiries. No, regarding the mask, the seismic monitoring device, or regarding the financial health check or financial planning, please contact me. Wag mahiyang magtanong. No, so yeah, thank you for allowing us, no, mga ka-Oaks, to really deliver our advocacy, no, of spreading financial literacy to everyone, no. So siguro wala na akong final notes kasi nabanggit na ni JP yung needed no? What you need to do to initially start your trading journey or your investment journey, nabanggit na halos lahat ni JP, no? All you need to do is follow the guide, no? And then andun na kasi buy point, target profit, cut point, no? So all you need to do is follow the guidelines and then do or trade according to your plan. So yeah, I am just really thankful for this opportunity again to speak or to host this event in behalf of Oakbridge Stock Trading Institute. No, so I hope everyone else is safe, doing fine, and I hope all the best in whatever you do. No, so I think that's it for me. How about you, Japes? Do you have some final thoughts?
I'm good, John. Thank you again for the opportunity. Hopefully, may napulot kayo or something. Let us know if you need help. Okay? So, yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Have
So
a happy weekend.
since this is a recorded version, no, we do not have much opportunity to interact with the listeners. However, if meron po kayong questions, inquiries whatsoever, no, please, kasi ipopost namin to, comment below ba or above. I don't know what's the arrangement of the Facebook. So whatever, basta comment kayo, no, kung may tanong, clarifications, objections, whatever, no, we will be so glad to entertain those queries, no. So anyway, I think that's it for the stock market session. For the second part of this um, learning session, we'll going to tackle regarding more about the forex market. So stay tuned and please also watch the second part of this session. So yeah, that's it. Thank you mga ka-oaks. It's really great to be back, and I hope that you will continue to support our learning sessions and continue to share this with your family and friends. So yeah, that's it for me and for us. See you around. Stay safe mga ka-oaks.